Hi everyone, welcome to yet another episode of ARA, Anxiety Recovery with Albright. If you're new here or you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Melly Albright. Albright is an ex-anxiety sufferer who uses her own experience of suffering and recovery to help others who are still struggling. So if you're struggling with anxiety disorders, you are in the right place. In this channel, we talk about everything anxiety, how I was able to recover from anxiety using the natural way. I tried medication, spent time in therapy, nothing really helped. So if you're struggling with health anxiety, social anxiety, panic disorder, agoraphobia, OCD, depression, eating disorder, any type of sensitization, you are in the right place. Otherwise, if you have not yet subscribed yet, I would urge you to watch this video up to the end. If you feel like this video is valuable, if you feel like you want to see more of this content on my timeline, kindly hit that subscription button. Otherwise, let's get into the video. So in this particular video, I want to talk about numbness. If numbness is something that you struggle with, where you feel like you're holding ice most of the time, you know how you feel numb. Maybe to me, pre-anxiety, what used to happen to me, I used to feel like when I lay on the wrong hand on the couch for a long time, when I sit for a long time, I used to feel like my hands were numb, my legs were numb. But with anxiety, I used to have that feeling 24/7. I felt numb 24/7 in my face, you know, the tip of my nose, my hands, my feet, my legs. So that's what you want to talk about. If numbness is something that you struggle with, kindly watch this video up to the end. So at first, when I didn't know that numbness is a symptom of anxiety, I can't count the number of times I visited the hospitals, because I felt like one of my fears when I was struggling with anxiety was that I'm gonna develop stroke from the numbness. I'm gonna develop a heart attack. And the worst is if you Google your symptoms. Stay away from Google when you're struggling with anxiety. If you Google your symptoms whereby you're having the numbness 24/7, it will tell you that's a sign of a heart attack, that's a sign of stroke. So I always preach, and I will never get tired of preaching, stay away from Google when you're struggling with anxiety, because Google will tell you it's stroke. You stress, you worry more, anxiety ramps up. And when anxiety ramps up, you have more of the numbness. So numbness was one of my main struggle when I didn't know that it was a symptom of anxiety. I went to the hospital, all they could say is I'm fine, I'm healthy, and it's anxiety. And let me tell you something, feeling like you have lost your sense of touch can be so scary. It combined with feelings of unreality, like you literally feel like you're going crazy, you're developing psychosis. What if it's stroke? Actually, let me guys tell you something. That feeling is not the problem per se. The problem is the what if thoughts that comes with it. What if it's stroke? What if it's a heart attack? What if it's something else? And if you don't know what is happening, that's why I always preach, do you understand what is happening? Do you know why you're having these symptoms? If you don't understand what is happening, you might think, now you start Googling your symptoms, you start seeking reassurance from the doctors, you start worrying about it. What if it's this? What if it's this? Not knowing that numbness is a symptom of anxiety, and you should throw it under the anxiety umbrella the way you do to other symptoms. You should respond to it the same way you respond to other anxiety symptoms. And there are two reasons why numbness happens. First of all, when we are sensitized, when the fight or flight response is activated, blood is moved away from other body parts to the areas it considers important, to the heart, to the muscles. So you find that when this happens, when blood is moved away from the hands, from the legs, to the heart, to the muscles, those areas, the legs, the hands, the feet, the face, they become numb, because blood is moved away from them to the areas that it is perceived important for you to either fight that threat or flee away from that threat. The second reason why you are experiencing numbness is because of hyperventilation. Someone struggling from anxiety is either breathing fast or breathing deeply, because someone struggling with anxiety may either struggle with they feel like they are not taking in enough oxygen, air hunger, or they feel like they are gonna run out of breath. So this makes you breathe either fast or deep. Or the best example is when you are faced with a real threat. With anxiety, we feel all those symptoms because it is a false threat, but otherwise, even if you face a real threat, you are still gonna have those symptoms. So when you see a tiger, or when you see a lion, or when you see a snake, your breathing is gonna change. You're gonna experience shallow breathing, where you breathe fast and deeply. And when you breathe fast and deeply, there is decrease of carbon 2 oxide in your blood. When carbon 2 oxide is decreased in your blood, you're gonna have the numbness, the tingling, the racing heart, the dizziness. All those symptoms are symptoms caused by anxiety, and the problem is your reaction to them. The problem is how you react to them. If you understand what is happening, if you understand why you're experiencing the numbness, and know that this is a symptom just like any other, you throw it under the anxiety umbrella and continue living your life. Numbness is one of those symptoms that went away when I didn't. Once I knew, it is one of those symptoms that once I knew it was anxiety, it never bothered me. The struggle was when I didn't know what was causing it. I thought those are signs of stroke, those are signs of a heart attack. So if you know what's happening, then it shouldn't be a problem. problem. This was just a quick video on numbness. The more you focus on it, the more it grows, as Carl Jung says. What you focus on grows and may even become bigger. So it's just another symptom of anxiety. Throw it under the anxiety umbrella. Focus on overcoming anxiety. When you focus on desensitizing your nerves, the numbness also goes away. Otherwise, let's meet on the next video. Bye.